Have you ever completed a game, got the Platinum Trophy, and thought, I could complete this faster? Well, I decided to get the Platinum Trophy as quickly as possible in...
This is a disaster.
Estimated to be a 25 to 45 hour platinum, I planned on getting all 33 trophies and unlock the 34th platinum in under 11 hours. So what is required for platinum? Well, I need to get 100% game completion, which will get me 19 of the trophies and should take at least 8 hours alone. 4 trophies are missable, and these are for completing missions in specific ways, so I only have one chance to get these or it's game over. Finally, there are 10 random trophies for doing miscellaneous tasks, from pulling a 30-second wheelie on a bike to listening to every radio station. Before we jump in, it's worth noting that I have completed Vice City to 100% multiple times in the past. I do know what I'm doing, but I'm going to be doing it from memory. Also, I'm going to be doing this across 3 separate segments, so there's the opportunity for me to get confused and miss things. After Tommy gets robbed of his special briefcases, I'm left in the alley next to the lawyer's office. I take the moped because I can get my first unique stunt jump behind the hotel. Now I head to this car park where I make $100 million. I do this by completing Cone Crazy. Every time you beat your previous Cone Crazy fastest time, your reward money is doubled. So I initially set a very slow time and then incrementally beat it over and over again, doubling the reward money as I go. This gives me loads of money which I need for assets, but it's also helping me get 2 trophies that are based on criminal rating. Criminal rating is increased point by point by getting money, murdering people, blowing up vehicles, being accurate with guns, and so on. Using Cone Crazy to attain $100 million is the fastest way of getting criminal rating and gets me enough to get both the Bloodstained hands and T'ake the Cannoli trophies. It's worth noting that in the original Vice City, the Godfather rank, which is required for the T'ake the Cannoli trophy, is actually 10 times greater than that in the definitive edition. I might regret saying this, but if this video gets 100 likes, I will get the original Vice City Platinum Trophy as fast as possible. 21 minutes and 1 death-defying tumble from the top of the parking lot later, and I now have $100 million and my first 2 trophies. I then celebrate by rampaging with a sniper, and then I steal a cabbie to begin the exciting taxi side mission. There is a trophy for completing 25 fares here, but I actually need to do 100 fares for 100% completion. That isn't the main reason for boring myself with taxi now though. I am actually after the miscellaneous trophy Born in the 80s, where I must listen to each radio station once. Now that sounds easy, but there's no stat that tracks this, and it's more complicated than just flicking through the stations. What I do is I listen to each radio station in turn, making sure to listen to one entire song or chat segment and then hope the trophy pops after the last one. Thankfully, this works fine, and after another hour I have 4 trophies in total. I decide to take a break from taxi fares and jump into an ambulance to complete the paramedic mission. This requires me to complete level 12, in effect rescuing 72 patients in a row. Not only will this get me a gold trophy, but also infinite sprint and progress for 100% completion. Now here's a tip for all you budding paramedics out there. Knock the doors off the ambulance to help get your patients in and out faster. Here's another tip. Don't murder your patients on level 10. So a 17-minute time loss there, but I get straight back into it, starting again from level 1. During my second paramedic stint, I kill too many people and end up picking up a wanted level, but thankfully the VCPD are open to bribery. This gets me the Greasy Palms trophy. I now keep pushing to save lives while taking others, and I eventually complete level 12 for another trophy, Somebody Call the Wambulance. I celebrate by flying the ambulance off another unique stunt jump and decide to bore myself once again with more taxi side mission. You have to love it when someone who is already at the beach wants to go to a slightly different part of the beach that's literally only 5 minutes walk away. Before finishing taxi, I grab my first hidden package, and then I stab some people to celebrate. One last taxi fare and I can now jump in a taxi, just like real life. With jumping on the brain, I proceed to chainsaw some bikers and head to see my lawyer to see if he knows where I can find my briefcases. Here, I get to go to a party, but not before I steal this guy's bike.
No, my bike!
And use it to complete a couple of stunt jumps. While driving Mercedes to the pole dancing club, I pick up a couple more packages, not before she complains about having a rich and powerful father. Looks like I'm not the daddy for her. I'm a minted criminal godfather. I decide to complete some more collectibles, rampages, stunt jumps, and hidden packages. However, I end up burning myself and end up shotgunning too many cops. I continue on with missions even with 3 stars, and I grab a package and I rob my first store. Then I get my first first phone and meet my new best friend, Lance. Spoilers, he won't be our friend for long and he'll be dead in about 8 hours. I power through some of the failed rampages and then pick up the next Rosenberg mission, Jury Fury. Although it's called Jury Fury, I treat it more like Fast and Furious. I grab a package and then pop a load of stunt jumps in the back alleys of Ocean Beach. Before grabbing Rosenberg's last mission, I go and grab the package over the road behind the flat and end up buying the flat as well. Completing Rosenberg's last mission, Riot, gets our first story trophy, Legal Counsel. I then grab some local packages, a stunt jump, and answer some unskippable phone calls. Our next trophy, Irony, is our first missable trophy in the game. We get this by completing the first mission for Avery Carrington, 4 iron, using only a golf club. I must infiltrate the golf club and assassinate the target. This is easier said than done, and the target proceeds to steal every golf cart possible to escape my clubby rage. However, this is Grand Theft Auto, and I'm better at stealing than he is. Once he realizes this, I proceed to chase on foot, and finally I manage to beat him with the club, getting the trophy. Fresh after smashing him in and getting another hidden package and another chainsaw rampage, I decide it's time to deliver pizzas. I need to deliver 10 for a trophy, but I actually need to deliver a lot more for 100%. During my time as a pizza boy, I pick up a hidden package, and once all 10 levels of pizza drive-bys are complete, I get a permanent 50% health boost, which will definitely come in handy for those katana rampages. I then grab some more packages, hold up some stores, and buy a couple of properties, and finish up my first session there. After 3 hours and 30 minutes of gameplay, I've got 9 of the trophies, but only 16% of the game complete. This is easily explained by the long side missions that I've completed, namely Taxi, Ambulance, and Pizza Boy. Hopefully the next segment goes a lot faster. Jumping back in, our next mission, Demolition Man, has our second missable trophy in it, Choppered Up. This requires you to kill all hostile enemies in the construction site using the helicopter. Now, this used to be very broken, with the trophy not tracking kills properly and some enemies not even spawning, which meant you couldn't actually get it to pop. My easy strategy here though is to murder construction peds that are walking around on the streets. For some reason, these end up counting towards the kill count, practically guaranteeing the trophy to pop before you even clear out the site and plant all of the bombs. Definitive explosion. With the construction site mangled and ablaze, the Vice City Fire Department now show up and make it clear that I actually need to help them rectify the situation. Yeah, nice driving, mate. I need to complete level 12 of Firefighter for 100% and a trophy, so I jump right in and start saving lives. After drowning 10 people and cars, I am rewarded with my trophy, and after a further 68, Tommy is now fireproof. Another handy perk for those pesky Molotov rampages. And as if I had planned it, I actually finished my job as fireman right outside Cortez's boat. He wants Gonzalez dead, so I steal Gonzalez's package and slice him up. Trying to be cool, I then pull a stunt jump as part of my getaway, but for some reason, the stunt jump doesn't pop. I have planned this jump right here, so I loop back around and try again.
This is a disaster.
After respawning, I grab a PCJ and go for redemption, finally landing the stunt. One more rampage, and then onto my first assassination mission, where some guy tries to muscle in on my pizza delivery racket. I head back to Cortez, steal some chips, and then provide some Overwatch as Diaz's guardian angel. Completing this mission now unlocks Starfish Island and Diaz's mission strand. I grab a dirt bike and complete a barrage of stunt jumps, packages, and rampages, finishing up with another trophy. This is one of the miscellaneous trophies where I need to play Keeie-Uppy with a beach ball. Achieving 5 Keeie-Uppys in a row gets me the Keeie-Uppy Okie Dokie trophy. Before I start working for Mr. Diaz, I steal a package from his garden, and then he tells me about a thief that he believes is stealing from him. On the way to the thief's flat, I do another unique stunt jump and also grab a package on his roof. He then challenges me to a race across the rooftop, and because I beat him, I get to drive the car home. Normally, you are supposed to follow the thief on a long-winded route around North Point Mall. However, you can just steal his car before he gets in it and then drive him straight to his hideout on Prawn Island. This BF injection that I stole also has the heavy vehicle property, which makes it very good at smashing through traffic, something that will come in handy for Waste the Wife. Smashing into her Comet, I roll over a vehicle and get it set on fire very quickly, allowing us to finish the second assassination mission. Back to Diaz, and I assault the thief's hideout with a helicopter and steal a package while I'm there. Nice briefcase. As I recall, I am missing 2 of these babies. I grab a package on my way to stealing the fastest boat, and then once it's returned to Diaz, I loot his garden one more time, finding another package. After this, we then take the fastest boat and use it in a race to get some drugs. This then leads to a boaty gunfight. This wraps up the Diaz mission strand, giving us another story-related trophy, South American Connection. At this point, the whole map is now open to us, so I take this opportunity to pursue more rampages, hidden packages, and stunt jumps.
This is a disaster.
I do manage to pick a dirt bike and use it to pull a 30-second wheelie for the 1 is better than 2 miscellaneous trophy. I managed to grab hold of a PCJ near the airport, so I decide this is a good time to go and get all of the unique stunt jumps there, and I also grab a couple of packages and complete some rampages. With all that done, I then steal the army's hidden package, and they don't like this at all. Upon leaving the hospital, I head north and continue collecting packages and completing rampages. Since I'm here, I also complete test track, trial by dirt, grab some more packages, one more rampage, and knock off 2 more stores. I also add another property to my portfolio, the curiously named Hyman Condo, and I save a few times to adjust the in-game time to just before 8 PM. This is so I can tackle the 3 stadium events. I still have some time to kill, so I first drive around the back of the stadium to pick up a package and then get ready for Dirt Ring. The stadium events provide percentage completion, so I must do these to complete the game. The first one for me is Dirt Ring, a checkpoint collectathon while navigating various obstacles and stunts. A fairly easy romp apart from the last checkpoint, which for me wastes a little bit of time, but still I manage a solid 3 minutes and 41 seconds. I return the next day to have a fight with a lady before entering the hot ring race. Now this race ends up being more like a destruction derby, but I win all the same and celebrate by trying to burn a load of people in another rampage. This doesn't go to plan though, because clearly it's after midnight in Vice City and that means everyone is at home asleep. The next night I beat the final stadium event Blood Ring, which is an actual destruction derby, and when I emerge from the stadium the time of day is more favourable, so I get to burn people all over again. With downtown basically complete from a side mission and collectible standpoint, I steal my own helicopter and fly it to the news station where I pick up a package and steal their smaller but faster helicopter. With this chopper I go for a little fly around collecting packages that I had missed either because they were out of the way or on rooftops. I grab another unique stunt jump which ends up being really important later on, so you better remember this one because I don't. I then pick up my trusty heli and grab a sniper rampage. I always find it funny how the gang members stand in their group just talking away, and sometimes they don't even react or run as each one of them is slowly picked off by my sniper rifle. Back in the chopper I start heading to Cortez, but then I remember there's a hidden package at sea that I should really collect, and it's on the way, so why not? This goes extremely well as my helicopter then decides he is actually from the sea and that he must return. A short hospital visit later, I swing back to Cortez's boat for some more stunt jumps and to also help him steal a tank. I try to block the tank with my bike, which would normally force the driver out to remove the blocking vehicle. This does not happen, and it's actually at this point I realise I have no weapons, and this is because my trusty helicopter decided to abandon me and rejoin his sea-dwelling kin. I pick a fight with some gang members nearby to try and get a gun, but they only shoot me in the face. I decide to run around in circles like a predator stalking its prey, hoping this would confuse the Vice City army. Weirdly, this does actually work, causing some of the weaker members to flee in confusion. I pick them off and pick up their rifles, which then help me dispatch other members of the army. Eventually, this scares the tank driver out of the locked tank. That makes sense, right? With the tank delivered, I hold up a couple more shops and grab a couple more packages. My third holdup doesn't go so well, with a policeman actually following me in and busting me immediately. I go back to re-hold up the shop along with 2 others, grabbing a package on the way, and I then head back to downtown to grab some guns and my new helicopter. I then rescue my best friend Lance from the scrapyard, which is made far easier with the helicopter. So easy in fact, I have time to stop to pick up a package and also not fall in the sea. I then buy the most desirable property in the game and then head back to Diaz's mansion to finish him off. On the way back, however, my trusty new helicopter has other ideas, and as is the most common cause of death by helicopter, I managed to land it on myself.
This is a disaster.
Thankfully though, the hospital is nearby and Lance provides us with an M4, so I have what I need for rub out. This mission gives us our third missable trophy so long as I kill Diaz with the M4. Easy enough if you save enough bullets to plow into his muscular physique. Since I killed the owner of the mansion, I now own the mansion, just like in real life. I do a smart thing and park the limo in the garage so it is readily available for export later, and I then travel to the North Point Mall to assert my dominance. For some reason, the mission is bugged and passes only after smashing a couple of windows, but it's not really a problem. I then hold up various shops in the mall, grab some packages, and even finish a rocket launcher rampage. With the mall interior complete, I move outside and complete the thrilling, high adrenaline RC Baron race. I then grab a package at the parking lot entry and start a rampage, but it's cut short by a murderous taxi driver. 6 hours in, and the small time losses are starting to add up. I grab some packages, complete some hard fought rampages, and even buy another property. Next, I head out to the beach, where I get another package and complete the RC Bandit race, which gets me another trophy, just like the real thing. I then target even more side content by showing off my helicopter skills in the Vice Point Chopper checkpoint, slaughtering people in the rampages at the beach, smashing PCJ Playground, nailing the Ocean Beach Chopper checkpoint, picking up 2 more beach packages, and getting people caught in my heli blades for another rampage. I tidy up a unique stunt jump that the game had failed to give me the previous 2 times I did it, and I then head to my first asset, the Pole Position Club. There are numerous assets in Vice City that can be bought and earn you money once their mission chain is completed. All of these are needed for 100%. The PP Club is the easiest to complete. All I've got to do is sit down and spend $300 or wait 5 minutes while getting a lap dance. This acts as a nice break for me, and after 5 minutes I can leave having completed the asset. I purchase the nearby property and then head to the phone at the Washington Mall to pick up another assassination mission. Having gotten 60 packages, I now have access to the minigun, which makes quick work of this mission. It also proves deadly on the next mission, where I have to help Colonel Cortez escape Vice City. Hands down, this is my most favourite quote in the game.
Oh my god, they've got a helicopter!
I once had a helicopter, but he abandoned me for some dolphins. Completing this mission gets us another story-related trophy, the life of the party, and after 6 hours and 43 minutes, I now have half of the trophies. I really need to pick the pace up. I dump my new boat on Prawn Island and pick up a couple of packages before heading off to the music studio to start the Love Fist missions. During Love Juice, I use the opportunity to get a stunt jump into the film studio. This proves to be problematic as I end up trapped in the studio since I haven't bought it yet. I spend a few minutes trying to stunt my way out before I realise there is actually a staircase round the back to help idiots like me get out. Thanks game! I get the hidden package at Mercedes' house and then whisk her off for a romantic evening with the Love Fist. This unlocks the biker missions, which is where I head to next to complete the first mission, Alloy Wheels of Steel. In true GTA fashion, I steal one of the racer's bikes and use it to compete. This is a power move on my behalf since the Angel motorbikes that the AI use have buffed stats. They accelerate really fast and have incredible grip. With my god bike in hand, I drive all the way south to Sunshine Autos, a car showroom asset, and then I buy it. The car showroom unlocks 2 mission sets. The main one is car collecting, which unlocks showroom cars, completes the asset, and nets me another shiny trophy. The second are the street races, which are only needed for 100%. With the god bike between my thighs, I smash the other racers. That said, I notice I have some handling issues when passing over certain bumps and crests, but I'm sure it'll be fine, right? I keep flying through the races until...
This is a disaster.
With one of the slowest cars in the game, an epic race commences. Realising I'm now last, I make a scrappy bid for 3rd place, but I make it stick. At the very north of the map, I see a glimpse of 2nd place. He makes the turn and scurries away, only to crash at the left-hand hairpin at the end of the straight. I catch up and try a cheeky PIT manoeuvre, but spin myself out instead. Thankfully, an ambulance blocks the 2nd place driver, allowing me to overtake. Now I just need to hunt the driver in first. I try and keep to the racing line and even cut a cheeky corner, but end up spinning out. I pull myself together and race on, knocking over some of my adoring fans. Nearing the end of the race, the 1st place driver is still nowhere in sight until I eventually catch a glimpse of him crossing the finish line. Defeated and having wasted a lot of time, I decide to head back to the garage, but this time to collect some cars. Grabbing a rare Landstalker 4x4, I head back and start the collectathon. There are 4 lists with 6 cars on each. I have a good idea as to what vehicles I need and what these vehicles look like, so I spend some time liberating vehicles right in front of my own showroom and storing them in the garages behind. After drastically increasing the crime rate in the local area, I decide to take a little break and grab a nearby package and rampage. Then I decide it's time to finish the last 2 races before I get back to car hunting. I'm now focused on finding the Idaho for list 1, but truth be told, I don't actually remember what it looks like. Something like a Virgo and an Esperanto, I think? This leads me to wasting a lot of time stealing unnecessary Virgos. Sorry pal. I grab another nearby package and I actually look out in finding a baggage handler on the streets of Little Havana. These are typically native to the airport runways and take a while to grab and bring back to the showroom. This is actually saving me a little bit of time, which is always welcome. At this point, it feels like I'm getting all my luck at once, as an armada of Idaho appear as well. This finally lets me complete list 1, which completes the Sunshine Autos asset. I still need to do another 3 lists, but progress should be quick. List 2 goes fast since I have all the cars stored in various garages. The only loss of time is me picking up a duplicate Comet for storage for list 3 later. With list 3 then completed in record time, I grab the package in Sunshine Autos and save the game, rounding out segment 2. This time, at 7 hours and 40 minutes in, I have completed a lot more of the game, sitting at 64%. With that said, I still only have 17 out of the 34 trophies, so there's a long way to go to get that platinum trophy. At this point, I leave list 4 of Sunshine Autos since a couple of the vehicles are specialty, which are acquired through assets, and others are more prevalent during the later missions anyway. I instead grab the Deluxo and I start tidying up around the airport. 1 rampage, 1 package, and then I start the RC Raider pickup. Quite possibly the most painfully slow RC heli checkpoint race ever, at 4.5 minutes. Afterwards, I head into the terminal and beat up a security guard who wants to fight me on an escalator. With him taken care of, I grab a couple of packages and finish a rampage, leaving me free to complete the 4th assassination mission, Checkout, at the check-in. When I try to escape, it looks like my Deluxo has been towed away, like I'm John McClane. So I steal the nearest car and head back to Sunshine Autos to pick up another Deluxo. I do this because this mission gives me the perfect opportunity to complete the Don't Need Roads trophy for reaching top speed in the Deluxo. Blasting up the main drive on the island, I just managed to hit top speed, grabbing the trophy. Since I am back in downtown, I finish off the biker missions after having done a runner with one of their god bikes. Sorry, completing the biker strand gets me the story trophy Tommy Two Wheels and also allows me to finish off the Love Fist mission strand. On the way back to the music studio, I complete the stump jump I missed during the last biker mission, Hogtied. Then with Love Fist safe and at the concert, I grab another story trophy, Chauffeur. This leaves me with 20 out of the 34 trophies, and at 8 hours in, they're gonna need to start coming thick and fast. I start heading south, cleaning up a rampage, a couple of packages, a stunt jump, and the Little Haiti chopper checkpoint. I pick up a couple more packages and then buy the Printworks. This is my 10th property, so I get the Vice City Mogul trophy for buying it. 2 missions later, and the asset is complete. I drop a Cuban flamethrower on wheels off at Sunshine Autos and proceed to buy the Ice Cream Factory. Similar to the PP Club, the Ice Cream Factory asset is completed in line with how you would expect the asset makes money, by slowly driving a van around the docks while selling drugs to the working class. 50 sales later and the asset is complete, and I can also offload the truck to the Sunshine Autos to help with completing list 4. I head back to the docks to buy the boatyard, which is completed by finishing the Checkpoint Charlie pickup race within the time limit. At this point, with the sun setting and the pinky red hues strewn across the sky and reflected in the glassy sea, I am reminded that Definitive Edition isn't all that bad. I abandoned my boat at the film studio,
This is a disaster.
which I purchase and then grab a hidden package inside one of the sets. I then show Candy how big my weapon is, and this convinces her to join my movie. I then hire Mercedes for another starring role. However, a police officer seems to disagree with her casting and tries to grab my attention instead. After casting, I proceed to market our film in the greenest, most responsible way possible by dumping a load of suggestive flyers all over half of Vice City. I then feel that Candy is a little distracted on set, so I follow her and grab some compromising photos of her with Congressman Shrub.
I mean Martha.
Returning to the studio safely, I can now begin the last studio mission, G Spotlight, and the last missable trophy, Not My First Time. For this trophy, I must complete the mission without falling off the rooftops. One of those easier said than done things. So I grab a package, fart in a lift, murder a man, and complete numerous stunt jumps while I drive and fly my way over to the spotlight. Completing the mission, I thankfully receive the trophy and have one more asset checked off. With G Spotlight complete, I can can now complete the downtown chopper checkpoint, which is the last odd job race I have to complete. Now, remember when I said that Definitive Edition wasn't all that bad? Well, I was wrong. This being segmented and me having the memory of a goldfish, the chances were high that I would forget having already completed a stunt jump. Now, the game is actually supposed to tell you if you've completed a stunt jump again by saying stunt already completed. However, for this jump in Little Haiti, that doesn't happen ever. I jump over and over again thinking I haven't completed it and that it's the last stunt jump I need, but the game never tells me anything. Eventually, after wasting 5 minutes, I give up. I decide to continue the mansion missions, and on the way to Bar Brawl, I test a unique stunt jump where I do get the message stunt already completed. Why didn't I get this on the other jump? Thanks Definitive Edition. With Bar Brawl finished, I visit our old friend Avery and start a gang war, just because I can. With the gang war started, I head towards Umberto's cafe to start his missions first. Along the way, I get the one missing unique stunt jump I need, which gets me the Daredevil trophy, and I also find another hidden package. Next up is Stunt Boat Challenge, and this ends near the golf course. A perfect time to pick up the golf cart for Sunshine Autos. Continuing with Roberto, I steal a van that has no working tyres that nearly gets me busted, and after that I blow up some boats and steal some briefcases. I wonder if any of these are my missing briefcases. I grab another package on the way to Auntie Poulet's house, and she also has us stealing briefcases, dropping bombs from toy planes, and providing sniper support in a gang fistfight. With Auntie Poulet's missions wrapped up, I then decide to steal her voodoo for Sunshine Autos. I then wrap up the gang missions with Trojan Voodoo, where this man has a bad day.
This is a disaster.
When I finally get the lovely Definitive Edition explosion, I am given another story-related trophy, Big Heat from Little Havana. At this point, the end is in sight, and the platinum is nearly mine. I have 3 assets to buy and finish, these being the Taxi Firm, Malibu Club, and Versetti Mansion. I also have to do the gun range, Phil Cassidy's missions, Vigilante, and the last assassination. Then, I still need rampages, hidden packages, the last list of Sunshine Autos, and one more store holdup. Additionally, there are still a couple of miscellaneous trophies that I will have to hunt. An hour and a half is pretty tight. So I purchase Kaufman Cabs, the taxi company, and get to work. On the way to the second mission, I pick up the Pizza Boy moped and use it while obliterating the 3 rival taxis. Popping this in at Sunshine Autos finishes list 4 and gets us the Grand Theft Auto trophy because I did lots of Grand Theft Auto in Grand Theft Auto. Back to the last mission for taxi, I pick up a package instead of Mercedes, and then I have to blow up a load of taxis and even a nice Zebra style one. And the taxi asset is complete. I head back to the Versetti Mansion to pick up the last mission, Copland.
You moron!
I really irritate the cops by holding up the last store and stealing their hidden package. Weirdly though, the police response to this is far greater than to the bombing of the coffee shop in North Point Mall, but I really can't complain when I have such a leisurely drive back to the mansion. Versetti Mansion done, and now it's time to buy the Malibu nightclub. First, I break Cam, our lockpicker, out of jail while also liberating a hidden package. After this, I then head to the gun range to impress my future wife, Phil.
If you asked me to be your wife, I'd say yes.
With the gun range challenge now unlocked, I quickly do this to unlock the fast reload ability, which will make the last few rampages nice and easy. I finish the Python handgun rampage over the street and then go and complete the now unlocked final assassination mission, Loose Ends. Using a chopper, I can bypass most of the mission and quickly steal the briefcase from the rooftop. This isn't mine either. Realizing that someone else is hurting for theirs, I return this briefcase to the airport helipad, granting us another story-related trophy, Gun for Hire. With this helicopter, I then gather up most of the last few hidden packages and the last 2 rampages. With only 1 package left and all rampages passed, I head back to the Malibu and hire a getaway driver. Obviously, I do this by beating him in a street race. With everything in place, I then start the job, where I plan to rob the corrupt Vice City Bank. Part 1, cross the road carefully so that Phil and Cam don't die. Part 2, locate the vault. Part 3, locate the bank manager. Part 4, brace for incoming SWAT. Part 5, 1 minute silence for Hillary. Part 6, brutally minigun Hillary's murderers. Part 7, escape via the pain spray. Part 8, give Kent Paul Hillary's share so he can buy some new threads.
Come
Oh, give me a bigger slice, mate. Come on, I've got to get some new threads.
With the longest and scariest mission beat and Malibu finished, I can now tackle Phil's missions. Now, because I was an angel and I made sure he crossed the road safely during the job, Phil now wants to meet up. He actually has the last hidden package, so I pick that up first and get the City Sleuth trophy. With 34 minutes left, the race is now on to beat the 11-hour mark. After wasting some time not blowing up one of the gunrunner's cars, I then celebrate our engagement to Phil by blowing his arm off. Aw, Phil, I still love you. With Phil's 2 missions completed, I am now at the end game. All I have left is Vigilante, some miscellaneous trophies, and the last 2 missions. 27 minutes left. I grab the Sea Sparrow from behind the Vercetti mansion and go and grab the cop uniform from the police station. Now, while this looks like a waste of time, I am actually now able to grab the Hunter helicopter from the army base, the in-game reward for 100 packages. This Hunter will be our tool of choice for the next 4 trophies and is definitely the fastest way to get them. The Hunter counts as a police vehicle and lets me start Vigilante, which in this case is called Brown Thunder. Because the criminals are about to poop themselves, I destroy a lot of cars and people along with the criminals, and this helps me obtain the Bull in a China Shop trophy, and this is for doing over $1 million worth of damage. Shortly after that, I complete level 12 and get the Running Rampant trophy. I have a 5-star wanted level already, so I push a little bit harder, blowing up some more FBI and pedestrians to finally get that 6th star and the Catch Me If You Can trophy. Now, the last miscellaneous trophy I need is I'm Famous, a seemingly random trophy linked to the media attention stat. Naturally, being naughty and blowing up a whole lot of stuff in a military chopper should do the trick, but the media attention stat seems to be delayed. My value remains stagnant after checking numerous times by pausing and checking the stat menu. However, one random pause later and it pops. Although the Hunter has made grabbing these trophies quick and easy, I do now only have 13 minutes left for the last 2 missions. To make matters worse, I waste time trying to remove my wanted level, since in Definitive Edition saving no longer removes it, and 6 stars might be a bit of a pain. I managed to collect enough bribes to get a clothes change and be clean, but at the cost of 3 minutes. That said, I now have a Hunter helicopter for the next mission, Cap the Collector. Oh, those collectors won't get capped. They're gonna get decimated. With Sonny's collectors left in 100 pieces, I now have less than 9.5 minutes to wrap this show up. Dare I say it, plenty of time, unless I do something rather stupid. Speaking of stupid, this is a good time to reflect on the run so far. And while I am pushing just to beat the 11-hour mark, I do believe that sub 10 hours is possible. While I have played Vice City to 100% completion many times prior to this, I have made some pretty big errors throughout the run. From failing paramedic on level 10, losing 17 minutes to this, to repeating an already completed stunt jump for 5 minutes. There have also been a myriad of deaths and rampage fails which could have been avoided as well. Another optimization that I think could be powerful is taxi. I believe the first island is better for drop-off locations, but the zebra taxi that you get for completing the taxi firm asset is very fast and way quicker than the standard cabbie and taxi vehicles. With 100 taxi fares already taking well over an hour and a half, using the speedy zebra taxi could probably shave 10, maybe 20 minutes off if you get very good passenger locations. Maybe that's for another video, but right now, with plenty of mistakes, sub 11 hours is what I'm looking for. Back to the last mission, Keep Your Friends Close, and I get a semi-unskippable cutscene. I noticed that Rosenberg's coming down the stairs with my briefcases. Did we have these the whole time? Remember when I said sub 11 should be doable if I don't make any mistakes? Well, I start the final mission by standing still for a whole minute. Now, there is a good reason for this, I swear. While this doesn't look fast, Lance's appearance in the mansion is time dependent. By not moving, none of Sonny's henchmen spawn in, and after a minute, when I do move out of the office, Lance spawns immediately. This mission has a lot of men with a lot of guns, and it is very easy to get caught out and die, so the fewer enemies I spawn in and need to kill, the better. I chase down Lance and murder him for double crossing me and stealing our briefcases. I return to the main staircase and snipe out the henchmen, looting my safe, and eventually Sonny appears. I then use the most powerful and most inaccurate gun to finally kill him, and the final cutscene rolls, with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. This cutscene isn't skippable, and I don't know if the credits are either.
This is a disaster.
After nearly a minute and a half of cutscenes, it turns out that the credits can be skipped. Now all I have to do is wait for the trophies to pop. Mischief managed for completing the story. Done it all for 100%. and Kingpin, the Platinum Trophy, all in 10 hours, 57 minutes, and 4 seconds. Thank you for watching, friends. Have a great day. Bye.
Tommy, it's Paolo. How are you? Right, mate, anyway, thought I had to drop you a line. Oh my good lord, my son, you will not believe the quality of the brass I just encountered. Streetwalker or something just down in Little Havana, mate. Said the name was Mercedes or something. Oh my god, mate, you got to check this bird out. Could strip the lead out of a pencil. Said I was the best you ever had and all.